back to We Watch a Movie. I'm Mike, he's Jay, and this is our first ever Patreon request review.
Hi, Patreon!
We're on that goddamn Patreon Piper stuff now. What you can do is you can go over there and you can give us some goddamn money and we'll give you some stuff in return. You don't have to, we'll still love your butts. But
don't y'all worry about fucking no money down guarantee good times, god damn it!
The highest tier possible is the $25 tier. The highest tier possible, you can get, you can request us to review a movie and we'll review it either way, but if it fits with the channel, we'll actually release it in the channel. And you guys can thank Paul Rizzo.
Paul Rizzo!
R to the Izzo. God, you've heard that 1,000 times. I'm so sorry.
Paul Rizzo sounds like a great... Paul Rizzo sounds like a name that you would have and open up an Italian restaurant. Just call it Rizzo.
I bet you could make some badass cursive Z's. Because he's got two of them in his name. Yeah. You could fucking... I bet you crush cursive Z's.
Buzz. B-U-N-T. Got any more brain busters? Risotto?
That's exactly what I thought it was. But yeah, thanks Paul. Thank you so much, man. That's fucking awesome. And you picked an amazing movie that everyone could enjoy a review for. It's Fright Night!
Welcome to Fright Night. For real.
You know Paul's a Michael Jackson impersonator?
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet business!
That's professional as fuck!
Beat it! Billie Jean! That's not my lover.
Our friend Michael Trapson does that too. Anyways, guys, Fright Night. Well, the jewels of my cross.
You know what? The first thing I want to say about the Fright Night movie is it's fucking amazing. I love this movie. It's one of those favorites. I didn't like always rent it when I was a kid, but I definitely watched it a shit ton of times, and it always came on TV too at the perfect times. Like when you got off school early or something, and you come on. It was like during Halloween time. You're like, fuck out! But they would cut things out. One of the things I also want to say about it.
This way, some man. You're not in the camera shoot. Too much! Don't take my space!
Shut the fuck up!
And it starts out in this awesome 80s scene. They're in the bedroom, they're making out, he's trying to get him some, right? He's trying really fucking hard. She keeps going, stop! Stop!
But he gets mad about it.
And he gets mad, but he goes back to gentleman territory. He's like, I'm sorry. And dude, the whole movie, this entire movie, she got on my fucking nerves.
Yeah.
She got on my nerves. Darcy is just what I'm going to call her because that's what I always think when I see her. She really got on my nerves. And instantly, she's like, no, it's my fault. Now I want to go all the way. Like, girl, he was just trying to touch your titty. He was just trying to touch your titty.
I think his anger was good.
But
you know how many McDonald's meals I've wasted on you?
And you can't do that. You cannot do that. You can't say that. No matter how long it's been, you can't say that. So we backtrack really quickly.
He don't even get like a touch on the tip.
He backtracked really quickly. Well, they're in high school. They're in high school.
Yeah, but a hand job, like, that's not
But
excuse me.
He backtracks really quickly, but then instantly she goes from not even wanting her to touch her stomach, the forbidden temple of doom.
That's the beginning trail.
But she's like, now we're gonna do it. But when she goes to sit on the bed, she's like getting herself together and shit, and he's sitting there and he's looking out the window and he sees them carrying in the coffin next door, the new guy moving in. She gets pissed and run downstairs. I love this scene because I've had this happen to me before too. Like, you run downstairs, you're fighting with a girlfriend, you might even have a tent boner in your pants, and you're fighting with her on the way out the door, and then right in front of her mom, she's like, now you want to make love or you don't? And then you look over and his mom's sitting there and she's like, hi kids, are you having a lover spat? But then even the next day at school, she gets on her nerves even more because she comes up to him, he's sitting at the lunch table and she's like, I'm sorry. He's like, I'm sorry too. But then instantly, the news story comes on the TV of all the deaths that have been going around and him, and this is where you meet Evil. He comes over there and he's like, yeah, they're beheaded.
They were decapitated, and he was like, God, you're sick. And he's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, little fucking Bruce. You're so cool, Brewster. But, yeah.
She puts that fucking, she grabs that goddamn chili sandwich and shoves it in his face. And that whole goddamn time I was thinking, what kind of fucking sandwich is that?
I would have been like,
seriously, there's chili, there's cheese.
Was it chili?
It's on a bun.
Was it chili cheese?
Yeah, dude. Like,
I thought it was pastry.
No, it's not. It wasn't a pastry. This kid's just trying to make his fucking burger.
He just grabbed it. I like, you know, that looked like a young Stephen King that she grabbed it. And he's like, hey, and then she shoved that shit in his fucking face. I mean, the first thing I'm like, it's over, bitch. Like, you just shoved shit in my face in front of everybody just because I didn't pay you 5 minutes of attention.
Yeah.
There's a news story on it. People got decapitated. I mean, can we talk about that? And she's like, no, bitch. Pie in your face. You're so cool, Brewster.
that's a classic line. That's where you meet Evil, which that kid's so fucking weird, dude. He's so fucking weird. Like, sometimes I'm like, you're too much, and then other times I'm like, you're fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Just keep doing exactly what you're doing.
I always had, like, I did understand Charlie's, like, kind of disgust for him in some ways because he probably smells like pee a lot.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like, you gotta treat him like shit. He might be like your only cool friend that you got. So
it's a weird thing.
I'm like, why don't you fucking figure that out, Charlie? Charlie Daniel Band.
It's like he has a fucking like a hole in his body that laughs just leak out of, because no matter what he says, he's like.
That's gotta be that'd be like a friend of yours that you had, and that laugh is fucking toxic, and you just be like, look, man, just try not to laugh ever, like ever.
But at the same time, I liked it. And later on in the movie, which we'll talk about later, when he becomes possessed, it's fucking awesome. Like, he's fucking hilarious. So I don't know. I liked him. He's weird. He looked like Beavis. Like, if you look at his face, he's just got those pointy eyes. He'd be great if they ever had done that movie.
And he asks Ed how to protect himself, and Ed just gives him like some advice. Here's a cross. Here's some shit. You know, and the only way that he can come into your house is if he's invited. Well, of course, his horny fucking mom invited the next door neighbor after Charlie had been spying on the motherfucker the entire time.
All the women in Charlie's life are trying to get him killed.
Yeah. And Jerry is in his fucking home, like, because his mom has invited him when he comes over. And there is a cool, badass confrontation scene. This is when it looks like, because everything else has kind of been jokey at this point. Like, My Best Friend's a Vampire, kind of Jim Carrey stuff. God, he was such a fucking asshole too when he met Charlie, because he was like, your mother invited me over, Charlie. He's like, I'm sure we'll see each other real soon.
Dude, that guy, Chris Sarandon, it just, there's multiple people in this movie that have this, but he's one of those guys, you look at him and you go, fuck, dude, you've got to be in like 8 classic movies I've never seen or some shit. Like, I've seen your face. He's an amazing actor in this movie, and you look him up and he's not been in that much. He was the detective in Child's Play. Like, remember how, like, what a little character, like, he didn't even, like, the significance of Solo?
I guess he just didn't blow enough dick.
But he's so fucking great in this movie. And actually, he reminds me, he looks a little bit like Mark Ruffalo. But, dude, he's so charismatic. It's the same thing with Leslie Vernon, the guy who played Leslie Vernon, Mark Basil, I think it is, or Nathan Basil. Just so charismatic, such a badass actor, is such a great job with this role, and it's like, you would just assume that they're in 100 other movies, and sometimes they're not.
Well, why don't you just marry him?
He was awesome.
So, yeah, they do have this big confrontation, and it's between Jerry and Charlie, and when Jerry comes back, and he like, does this, like, he comes into his mother's room, and he locks the door so she can't get out, and he goes to Charlie's room, and he waits for him. When Charlie gets up there, and he confronts him, this is when I was like, what the fuck are you doing, Charlie? Like, Jerry fucks him up. I mean, he's a vampire, he fucks him up, and Jerry knows that he's a vampire. At this point, he's not even trying to hide it.
Yeah.
He tells him, there's one scene where he grabs him, he's like, just forget about me, Charlie, and I'll forget about you. And I'm like, just take that fucking deal, sir.
What kind of vampire gives you a deal like that?
I know, that's, the only other better deal would be like, I'll make you one of me, and then you can be awesome all the time. You get any girl you want, you sleep during the day, and you have nights. I'll take that deal too. But he's honest, all he had to do was Charlie had to just let, you know, hey, don't fuck with me anymore, and I won't fuck with you.
Maybe he was worried he was going to bang his mom.
I think that's a legitimate concern, but I don't.
I
don't think that's good. I don't think that was going to happen though. But Charlie is fighting back because I guess he's, you know, his hero is Peter Vincent, and he, you know, plus I just think he thinks the guy's disgusting. Like, he's already killed 3 people, and he's a
but
good
at least in that moment, just be like, yeah, I'll forget about you.
Yeah.
And then the next day, he's sneaking to his house.
But he pulls out the cross, and you know, of course, Jerry does this. You have to have faith for that to work, bitch. So it doesn't work. And then when he does stab, though, when he stabs and he injures Jerry, like the practical effects on his vampire face when he gets pissed, dude, it looks great. It looks cool.
Shit you don't get today, man. It's the shit you just don't fucking get today. Is practical effects like that, and sometimes it is a little bit cheesy or whatever, but you have to try. And they did a great fucking job in this movie. I like the noise he made though when that it looked gross too when that pencil went through the fucking skin, and he goes, ooh.
It's like when somebody tells you, you're like, I thought I was getting off at 4. Like, no, you're getting off at 8. You're like, oh!
Or when it's really cold in the house and you stub your toe on something and you know it's about to hurt and you just go.
When you finish that nice fucking burrito from Taco Bell and then that fucking stomach drops out from it, you're like, oh. But that was a cool ass fucking scene, man. And that, like I said, the practical effects were on point. Like, it really looked good. I mean, you might, maybe parts of it were cheesy, but dude, I just thought he looked really, really good. I wish to God
they'd do more shit like that. Yeah. So, and it was weird, dude, because when his mom woke up from the sound, it started to like melt down. His face became like red when he went back to normal. Really cool.
Yeah.
I like this.
And also, I just want to point out that Charlie's mother's a big old fucking dumb shit. Like, she's like, do you not just want to talk about your bad dreams, Charlie? Do you want to do that? Like, oh my god, I had a bad dream last night. I showed up at a white cell and I was naked.
To be fair though, even though she almost gets him killed and doesn't believe him, who would believe him, you know, it's a vampire. But even though all that stuff, I do like his mom's character because you can tell, for one, she's a single mom. You never hear anything about the dad. You don't know anything about the dad. And she's working so much. She always mentioned her crazy sleep schedule because all the work she's doing. And I like when he tries to explain it to her too. She's the typical mom. She's like, well, Charlie, you sure you just no matter what it is, like, do you want some sandwiches? Are you sure you just didn't get enough to eat for breakfast? Like, no, Mom, god damn it, there's a fucking vampire next door!
Mom, the meatloaf now! But yeah, so that's going down, and so, again, Charlie's friends aren't fucking believing him at all. Like, they just don't. And by the way, there was one cool scene right after that attack, and Jerry escapes into the night of the nights, and he goes back to his house and has his Billy Cole, his like protector, cleaning his hand, which I thought he was giving him a blowjob because he's like on his knees and he's like cleaning his hand.
It did look like
I'm
that.
like, don't do it.
It did look like
don't you do it. And he calls Charlie on the phone. I thought this was a cool moment. He's like, I know you're there, Charlie. I can hear you breathing. And he was like, Charlie's like, oh shit.
One of the few, but that goes right into one of the few things I could take away from the movie, is that there's so many times, I think this vampire is kind of a good guy down inside, because there's so many times that he could just, even after he gave him the ultimatum, he could have just killed him at any point, and everyone else, just like in a fucking instant.
Yeah.
They show how powerful he is, but then in the next scene, like, he can't fight. Like, the power structure's off a little bit.
Like, he stabbed me in my fucking hand, Jake!
Like, you're a fucking vampire, and the kid's 20 feet from you. Like, you can kill him
I don't understand
anytime. Well, why are you calling him and threatening him on the phone?
And why exactly did he run away with his mom? Like, she couldn't get out of the room.
And what was she gonna do?
He's like, oh shit, nobody can know I'm here.
And I realized that your hand hurt, but you instantly could have just ripped his throat out with the other hand and disappeared.
That's kind of like when you get into a fight at school and you were younger, they would just call your house and be like, you don't want to fuck.
Oh, I fucking hated that, dude.
And I was like,
I hated that
Can
shit.
we just not get this over? It's like, no, when you get to school tomorrow, I'm gonna fuck you up.
There's something that you young kids today will not understand is the fucking fear that you'll have when you hear a landline ring in the house. Because it could be fucking anybody.
Yeah.
It could be your teacher. It could be that kid at school wanting to kick your ass. And people sound scary on the phone.
I know. And he's like, how did you get my number? He's like, shut the fuck up, I'm asking the questions. I'm like, I don't know.
I got several of those calls. Your dog hurt you like my girlfriend. No.
They'll be like,
I'm just a little short fat guy, man. Come on.
You talking shit about me? Like, I never talk shit about anybody before in my life. You're fucking quiet, boy. But anyhow, so he calls him and he tells me, he's like, I just messed your car up, Charlie, but that's nothing compared to what I'm gonna do to you. Have a good night. And then he hangs up and I'm like, damn, that's fucking solid snake.
Yeah.
And so Charlie's really freaking out at this point, and he goes to Peter Vincent. And he finds out Peter Vincent just got laid the fuck off. Like, he's like, you know, on the Fright Night TV show that he's obsessed with, he's like the vampire killer. And I
fucking love that guy.
He's actually, Peter Vincent is a fake, but you know, he's really like British and he's really like over the top dramatic. And he was like, what do you want me to sign? He's like, I don't want you to sign in. He's like, you don't. And he's just really full of himself.
That guy's reactions to everything, dude. The entire fucking movie, from that moment to the end when he's like full on like killing vampires and shit. His reactions to everything always just like, none of them make sense, but they're also perfect at the same time. Like, I love his fucking face. Like, his foundation.
You know what he looks like? He looks like cousins of Jeremy Irons.
Yeah.
Like, he does look like a Jeremy Irons type of character, but
he's always like,
ultimately, he doesn't believe Charlie at all, and he runs away, and he gets in his Cadillac. He's like, now what you will do is you will leave me alone as I get in my car, and then I'm just going to go about my way. And Charlie's like, but he's going to kill me. He's like, it's your problem. And he like drives off. Then Charlie goes full on mental. He goes number 23 Jim Carrey. And he's in his room, and he gets all these candles and crosses, and he's like fucking doing steaks. And Amy and Ed show up to his house, and they're like, oh my God, Charlie. And Ed's like, whoa. He's like looking around, and what she basically, you know, he's trying to tell me, so I know you don't believe me, but I'm going to kill this motherfucker. I'm going to die tomorrow night unless I kill him now. But Amy convinces him to wait, and they're going to try to get Peter Vincent on his side, and they'll go and figure it out together. And he's like, fine, I'll wait. So Amy and Ed, they go out to get Peter Vincent's help. And this is actually, when they go to Peter Vincent's house, he's going to get evicted and shit. And he's talking to him and stuff, and like trying to be badass, and they're like,
Hollywood beckons.
He's like, yeah, you know, then she's like, I'll pay you. He's like, how much?
He's like, I'll take it.
He's like, how much? She's like, $5. I was like, okay, what do you do? So that's how he comes on board, like to help Charlie out.
I love that though, because it's so fucking meta. Just going inside of his house, he's almost a Loomis type character in a weird way, you know, because he's a vampire hunter on the show and shit like that. But he wasn't just in that show. I think he mentions like Vampire Orgy 3 at one point or something that he was in, and he's got all these props in his house, and he's super fucking vain, but he does know a lot about vampires. But I just thought it was super meta when they go in his house and they're talking to him, and he's the fake person, but he's from the TV show. One of my favorite parts about the whole movie.
Yeah, and so what they decide to do is ultimately they're going to go to this dude's house. They're going to go to Jerry's house with Charlie and prove to Charlie that there is no such thing as vampires by doing these roundabout tests. And they actually call fucking Jerry from the phone, and Jerry's like, of course I'm always like going to help out young people. And this is Amy talking to him, and he's like, okay, well, we'll make it seem like you're going to drink holy water, which is regular tap water, and then that's going to prove to Charlie that you're not a vampire. So they get all together and stuff. They go over to his house the next night, and it's not holy water, obviously. He wouldn't. I mean, he does this cool thing with the fire, like just little tiny things, and you're like, okay, well, he knows it's not fucking holy water. But then Charlie's like, well, why don't we use this? And he's like, it's a cross. And then he was like, but see, unfortunately, Steven and nobody else saw that. Plus, he macked the fuck out of his girlfriend right in front of him, and he didn't do shit.
Nah, man.
He was like, God damn.
Oh, man, I got a lot of thoughts about that shit. Stay tuned. No, that's it. I mean, he drinks the holy water, but it doesn't affect him. But I guess if the holy water was
actually blessed, it would have burned to him.
So, but at the end of that scene, he breaks open his little mirror to look at himself in the face, and he sees that he doesn't have a reflection.
Yeah.
So he believes it, but he's a huge chicken, so he runs.
I like how Stephen Price was getting in his car, or Peter Price was getting in his car, and he was like, Peter Vincent, motherfucker! I'm all confused about it. Peter Vincent was getting into his car, and Charles was like, you saw something, right? You saw something. He's like, nah, did you see that? And he was just trying, he was like, oh, all right. But you really saw something. He's like, I did see something. There was no reflection. Goodbye. And Peter Vincent is freaked the fuck out, like, because he knows he's legit a vampire.
Yeah.
And but of course, he's the only one that saw that. Amy and neither did Ed see any of this stuff.
This when shit really takes off, because this is when fucking Evil goes into an alley and gets bit up. He gets bit up. My dude got bit.
That scene wasn't that. You know, that scene when Ed gets bit by Jerry, because they all like are gonna walk together.
Sports Center.
The Giants have lost to automatic.
Actually,
I know that.
It's crazy.
But anyhow, fuck you. So they all are going to walk Amy home, and they all eventually wind up separating. Ed's going to go his way. He's like, I'm not scared of any vampires. and what happens, it actually is kind of...
that butthole that leaks laughs.
It's kind of a sad scene, because he gets trapped, and Jerry tells him, you never have to be made fun of again, so like, I know what it's like to be different. And it was actually kind of a touching scene between them, because he's like telling him, like, you're a freak, and people make fun of you, and you get beat up for being different, like in the occult, like in horror movies and stuff. And you don't have to be like that. Take my hand, I'll bite you, and everything's really great. You be a vampire. And then he does. So Ed becomes a vampire. Ed becomes a vampire really fucking fast, though. Like, I thought it took like 3 goddamn days, but they must have had that fucking mighty dick.
Oh yeah, and then the next thing you know, his girlfriend now she believes him. Once they get chased or whatever, she's like, I don't know what to do, and she's like, please protect me. And it's like, I've been trying to tell you for 2 goddamn weeks.
And they run to that nightclub because they want to stay close to people, and Jerry doesn't give a fuck. Jerry walks in there anyway, and Brewster's on the phone trying to get a hold of the police. The police don't believe him anyway. He already tried the police once.
That shit was funny, by the way, because that guy goes. We forgot to talk about 2 things real quick. Is one his manslave or whatever, the Billy Cole guy.
Billy Cole.
I like that guy because he's like a poor man's Bill Paxton. There's just something about him. Like every single character in this movie is extremely fucking likable and like one of a kind, including him. I love that guy. But like when he calls the cops.
Billy Cole sounds like a fucking guy that like advertised like.
Sounds like you're fighting with
No, he says like, I drink Heineken. I'm Billy Cole. At this point, Mac Daddy fucking Jerry walks in the nightclub and does this like, he does this weird thing like he goes back and forth, like he's like letting her admire his pants.
He's eyeing his pants.
Like he's like, these are Dockers. Look at these Dockers. And then he's smiling in her face. He's like, come to daddy. And then she like comes, because she reminds him of some woman that he used to be in love with years ago or whatever. And he starts doing this sexual dance with her and fucking with her on the fucking nightclub. And that goes on for a while. It's like a weird anti-dirty dancing thing. Yeah. And Brewster's still on the phone, like, oh, look, I'm just trying to renew my magazine subscription to fucking Sports Illustrated. That's all
I never got my football phone.
Yeah, and so eventually he turns around and sees that shit, and he's like, and I understand that she was under a spell. Like, I understand.
Yeah.
But motherfucker, you're grind dancing with this fucking European piece of shit trash, and you wouldn't even give me a hand job, you sons of bitch. And I went out with you for a year. And I mean, I could just feel the seething anger because he's looking at it and he's like, he looked like he was getting ready, he looked like fucking Macho Man. So, man, Jed! And he was standing there and he's breathing, he's like, leave her alone. But see, I would have been like, fuck you, bitch. You know what? Fuck you and fuck him.
I think the movie does this on purpose. Now let's talk about his girlfriend. Let's talk about Darcy. Fucking Darcy. She's not a good girlfriend. She's terrible. First off, when she goes to the house to meet him for the first time and he kisses her hand, she's like, oh my god. And he comes up to her and she's under no spell at this point. He's like, you can come back anytime. She's like, I'd like that. Right in front of your fucking boyfriend!
Now, I gotta be fair though, it's possible that he was using his expert charm level 5,000 with the vampire.
Maybe. But let's go a step further.
Because I'm not gonna lie, if Jerry kissed my hand like that, I'd be like, oh,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, there's some level of, yeah.
I mean, I'll be like, okay.
But let's talk about the spell thing. Because even under his spell, while they're dancing, and it's obvious supposed to be the vampire spell, she's able to retort his reaching of her vagina.
No, he lets her go. Like, I think, see, I read that. He let her go for a moment. Like, when she was going down on his dick.
Yeah. And
I was like, if I said,
but she looked like she was in control of that situation.
No, she was on, maybe.
Like, he looked like he could grab control of her whenever he wanted, but he was letting her have that a little bit. But taking it a step further, he takes her back to the house, and then, you know, Charlie has to go. There's other stuff that happens, but skipping that just for a second. When he takes her back to his house and makes her a sexy vampire lady.
Makes her a sexier vampire.
Big old fucker. Mouth. When he takes her back to the house and they're in front of the fireplace having the sex.
What'd that mouth do though?
Having the sex of sex. Yeah. Juicy juice, but sex. Sexy sex.
Juicy fruit.
And he bites her. She's totally supposedly under the spell. She's not cheating. She's not cheating because she's under the fucking spell.
I don't know.
But when he goes to bite her, she pulls away.
They could just be like, I was under his spell.
No.
I couldn't do anything.
I don't think she was under a spell, man.
There's parts of it I don't think that she was, but there are other parts that, like, she definitely was. But I felt so fucking bad for Brewster because you're standing there in the middle of this fucking nightclub. Your girlfriend's never touched your wiener one time, like ever. You probably are still a virgin and you've been wasting a fucking year of your junior year trying to get a piece of ass. And this fucking European piece of fucking dog shit comes in with his Jerryness and gets your girl to grind on his dick. And you're like, motherfucker. I fucking hate you, and I hate fucking you know what? Your detergent smells like Snuggles like shit. Snuggle shit.
I think Jerry was purposefully taking the spell on and off of her just to see what she would do, and I think that she liked him. I think that spell shit's an excuse.
Yeah, but
I think the movie purposefully. I think they did it on purpose, dude.
Yeah. When
she pulls away when he first starts to bite her and then thinks about it for a second.
That's way, yeah. I think that
she's a shitty girlfriend.
I don't know what it is, man. I just think that I think that really maybe they weren't going for this, but I just felt like Jerry was a big ass bully, and Brewster was the kid that was a nice guy that was just fighting. I mean, in some way, if you take away the vampire element, he's just a fucking creeper, fucking bully, and actually creeper because he's like at least twice her age.
He wants to bang your girlfriend and your mom.
Yeah, so I mean, fuck. He's going for that.
High school's rough, motherfucker.
Guess what? They call me Big Papa. But anyhow, so, you know, he eventually kidnaps Amy and takes her to his house, and Brewster gets... Well, actually, let me tell you something. Brewster tries to fight him, and he basically pin slaps him down. He's like, there's no reason to get fucking angry, little fucking boy, and pushes him down.
Jerry is really fucking cool.
And then the security guards come over, and then I think they grab him, and they grab Jerry, and Jerry gets pissed, and he goes, oh! He's like, I wasn't done with my
He's not give a fuck, he's just showing everybody
and
his
then
dick.
he like slashes this motherfucker's neck. It's funny too, because when he does like the ching, he does the fucking Freddy Krueger like hands, and then the security guy's like, Arnold? He knows he's gonna die. So, but he fucks up both the security guards. He eventually kidnaps Amy during the ruckus of them all escaping, everybody running from the nightclub after the bloodbath.
Badass 80s scene though.
But then, during all this, Ed, who's just now become back as a vampire, goes to poor Peter Vincent's house. And Peter Vincent is scared as fuck. Like, he's just like, I need extra tape! I need extra tape! And he's just trying to figure out what's going on. Like, there's vampires in the world. Holy shit, I just thought it was a TV show I played on. Ed shows up, and he quickly shows him that he's got these fucking fangs and shit, and it's nasty looking.
He's scary as a vampire, man.
And he's got a big ass fucking head. He looks like a freaking garbage pail kid.
You can tell he's got fake teeth though, because he keeps trying to talk, but it gets in his way. There's a lisp, but there's spit flying everywhere. But dude, he's scary, and he puts the cross on his head, burns him a little bit, and I like the way that he escapes, that evil escapes, because he fucking jumps through the goddamn window like he was, like he got out of school early. He looked like the fucking Kool-Aid man.
Yeah. So at that point, Peter Vincent's like, "Holy shit, I just survived that." But
I want to know. By evil in that scene.
Yeah, he was talking about how he's like, the master's gonna hurt you for this. Ah!
And it won't be quick. Ah! Yeah, it'll be slow. Ah!
I mean, there's that again, man. I can't talk enough about the practical effects and how good they look. Just like him burning the cross, and
it's kind of scary.
And it is. It's kind of freaky. And once he runs away, and Brewster and all this shit has already happened with Amy and Jerry, Brewster shows up at Peter's house and tells, and Peter's like, do something with this cross. He's like, look, he's like, oh my god, okay, come inside. And he's already packing his fucking bags. Now this scene again is another touching scene because Peter Vincent's like, I can't help you. And Bruce is like, please, they're gonna kill Amy, they've got her. And you can see like genuine concern in his voice, like you can hear it, because he's like, oh my god, we'll call the police. He's like, it won't work. And then he's like, he's telling Charlie how much he's sorry. He's a coward. He's like, I can't. Peter Vincent's not my real name. I'm not a vampire killer. It's just a show. But Brewster still believes in him. He's trying to, beg him to help him. Then we go to the fucking sex scene. It's a sex scene. I mean, I don't know if they actually banged or not, but
they banged.
Did they really?
Did you hear when he bit her? Like, it was like an 8-minute fucking in the background noise going. Ah!
Yeah, I guess so. Fucking bitch. But anyway, so she's been bit. Amy's been bit by Jerry, and this is where we get the final climactic scene with Ed. This scene was fucking great, man. Like the whole fucking thing. He goes in to Charlie's mom's room because he thinks something's wrong, and Peter sees somebody laying under the covers. He pulls it back. It's fucking Ed with a weird red wig on. It's scary looking. Like, I mean, just the wig, the way he looks. He somehow his mom works, the night. She's like, because dinner is in the oven.
It was the way he said that, dude. It was fucking classic. He was like, I guess she works the night shift.
Yeah. So he chases Peter Vincent around the house and becomes a fucking wolf. Like,
that was weird.
I know. I guess they can. I guess that's based on lore. They become bats or wolves or whatever.
I think Evil's such a weird dude that when he got that vampire gene up in his butt, he could just do weird stuff.
He didn't know how to do it.
He became like an amalgamation.
I'm having haughty overload. What's up? What's up? What's up? He was trying to do too much at once.
I fucking love Peter Vincent's reaction to this though.
Yeah,
like in his eyes, in his face, there was a genuine mix of shock and horror, but it was also like empathy. Like he felt fucking terrible for this kid.
When the kid gets stabbed in the chest as he's a wolf, and Peter Vincent like accidentally, I guess, stabs him with a piece of the banister and kills this wolf, and he's starting to slowly transform. By the way, the transformation scene was fucking amazing. It just, that scene, that shot, the way they acted that part was amazing, and I think that doesn't get enough credit in a horror movie where you actually feel sympathy that quickly for a villain. I mean, and Ed wasn't even a vampire long, but you know what kind of kid he was. He was like a misunderstood. He was like kind of an asshole, but he was kind of annoying. But he didn't ask for this. Like this, I mean, he did in a way, but he just wanted to be like accepted. And then I think that's what Vincent was feeling. Like he was just like, I feel sorry for you. I can't fucking do anything. I just go watch you fucking die and come naked when you come back to human. Mm-hmm. So great fucking scene, man. Amazing scene. I loved it. But then we cut back to Brewster, and Jerry throws him in the room with Amy, and then he sees that she's changing. She's got the fangs, her eyes are all fucked up. He's like, oh my god, he starts screaming, and Jerry's like so sadistic, he's like, wait for it. And then he hears him scream, he's like, yeah.
He throws the steak in there too.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah, but
that's sick shit, man. She had my favorite effects of the whole
You know what the weird thing is? When she got the long red hair, I was like, you look way hotter than you did before. Like, I mean, just stay with that look.
She got that red hair and then that big fucking mouth, dude. That mouth was scary.
Man, yeah. Jerry's running around on the roof because he's trying to wake up Amy because he needs help, and he's like, Amy, Commando, wake up! And then she's like, oh, I'm still hungover.
But the way that they do it is they go in the basement, and it turns out they picked a shitty house for fucking vampires to live in because it's just windows that are blacked out. So once they start busting the windows, everybody starts to fucking fry, and eventually they're able to kill them, and then everybody turns back and happy. But all I could think is, yeah, but you still fucked another dude.
I know. Because the first thing I'd be like, you didn't want to have sex before, but because you got a little taste of fucking Jerry, now you want my Jerry in your pajonas.
This is my first time, and now I gotta go in there after a charismatic, sexy-ass vampire.
I don't think I could do it. I think we'd be broken up. I don't care how much fucking spell power you were under, you fucking liar.
Talk about fucking with your brain for the rest of your sexual life.
The last little haunting scene is he looks over at the house, now that's abandoned, and he sees her red eyes kind of float. That was a cool...
And you hear Evil's laugh.
Yeah.
So Evil's still
like, you're so cool, Brewster! And then that was it. So, man, at the end of the day, I'm going to give it a 9.0. I love the shit out of this fucking movie. I think that it's a great classic vampire movie from the 80s. It's not my favorite vampire movie of the 80s, but The Lost Boys is always going to be my number one, like maybe number one vampire movie, period. But it's definitely got the same flavor and feel to it, and I like the fact that they added in, and feels like a Tales from the Crypt, expanded, because you got the quirky, weird shit that with Peter Vincent and the Brewster relationship, but then you have the actual horror when they become vampires in the way that they're interacting with everybody else. So, I mean, it was a solid fucking movie.
Totally, dude. I totally agree. I give it a 9.5, actually. I fucking love it, dude. And, dude, the way it's shot so clean, and it's cut and edited together so well. It's just such an easy fucking movie to watch. It's so enjoyable to just sit down and watch this movie, which is so rare in all movies. It's one of the best qualities a movie can have. It's just fun to sit and watch this. And the horror elements are all there. The practical effects are great. Every single character is super fucking likable. Just for some reason, even the bad guys are all really, really likable. Like, I love everybody in this movie. It's one of those movies you go and you look at the actors, and every single one of them, like, why aren't you in more shit? Like, you were so good in this.
Like, when you were in school, you're like, I love my homeroom. I love everybody.
Yeah, this is one that I've just seen for the first time this week, and now it's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Yeah. So thanks, Paul Rizzo, man. It's fucking awesome. You did a great job for that request. And by the way, I just want to point out that Jonathan Stark, the guy that played Billy Cole, he looks like fucking Gordon Ramsay's uncle. You fucking donkey! Where is the lamb sauce? He does. You look at him. It looks like Gordon Ramsay. Yeah.
A little bit.
That's it.
Yeah, but anyhow, yeah, that was a great choice, man. You did a great fucking job with that choice. Loves it. Loves it.
And if you guys want to check out all the rewards that you can get on our Patreon, all that shit's in the link below. Paul, thank you so much, man. Great choice. Thanks for everything. Thanks to all of you fuckers. You're amazing, and I love your pantal regions in the bedroom.
Ooh.
Comment down below with your all's thoughts on Fright Night. I love your fucking faces. And if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and get some goddamn wham opinion.
Good for that.
Woo.
Stay away from people named fucking Jerry that live next to you, because they might just be a bye.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie.